You get everybody staring for days. All they see is just a young, pretty face. But I'm trying to get to know you much better. Don't matter how much time it would take. But there's something you're trying to hide. There's something you're keeping inside. But I'm trying to get to know you much better. Don't matter how much time it would take.
Hello, my name is Marquetta DeVille, and I am your host of I Am That Gurl Podcast. And today we have a very special guest, none other than Miss Alicia Taylor with Smoking Bullet Cigars. Hey, Alicia.
Good morning. How are
Good
you?
morning. I am amazing. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, and thanks for having me to talk about my cigars this morning.
Of course, of course. So we know you affectionately are known as, say it for me, SheFicionado. Is that right?
SheFicionado, like an aficionado, but the SheFicionado.
Yes, yes. So, oh, I'm so excited to have you on. I'm not a professional cigar smoker, or I don't even have very much knowledge about smoking cigars. So we have you on to talk about Smoking Bullets cigars today. So
Yes.
if you could, yes, if you could give us a brief bio on you, and then we'll go into some more information on cigars.
All right. So, as you stated, I'm Alicia Taylor, and in the cigar world, I am your SheFicionado. But in my normal everyday life, I own a mortgage company and a real estate company. So that's what I do full time for a living. Is I help people get into homes, help people find homes, and finance their dream homes. So that's what I normally do. But my passion project has been cigars for about 6 or 7 years now.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Yes, yes.
Love it.
So I
Go ahead.
started smoking cigars originally in the 90s. Crazy,
Mm-hmm.
right? Hated it, absolutely hated it. I worked at a finance company with a bunch of men, very little
Mm-hmm.
diversity, and I was one of the top performers there. And whenever we would win anything, we'd have to golf, and they'd smoke
Oh,
cigars. I didn't like golf. I didn't like cigars, but I won all the contests, so I was kind of always subjected to golfing and cigars. I gave the golfing up a long time ago, but I did like the flavored cigars every now and again, the vanilla, the chocolate, the cocoa. So a lot of the
mm,
women are attracted to cigars because of the flavored cigars. But typically, men dominate that space. But it is changing, and it's changing quite quickly. And I wanted to be in front of that trend.
nice. Love it. Love it. Love it. So, of course, I would be so what do you call an amateur when it comes to cigars. I know nothing. All I know is about 12 years old, I tried to smoke a cigarette and I vowed to never smoke anything else in my life. I was so sick. Probably because I was doing it incorrect, right? And I was
The
too
funny
young to
thing,
be smoking.
it's one too young. That was the first problem. But funny story, I was the same way. My mother smoked
Okay.
cigarettes. I just couldn't stand them. But as a kid, because you see them doing it, you try to go do it too. So, I took some
Right.
cigarettes, smoked them, sick to death, stomach hurting, mouth tasting horrible. So I
Mm,
also had that same story with cigarettes. The funny thing about cigars, which is different than anything else that you smoke, so a lot of people don't know this. So marijuana, aka
mhm.
weed,
Right.
um, cigarettes, hookah, all of those things you can inhale. So you inhale
Mhm,
the smoke into your lungs and then you expel it out. You
mm,
cannot, do not, and no one ever inhales cigars. So cigars are more for like puffing. It's something you bring the smoke into your mouth, you just push the smoke back out. So you don't swallow it, you don't inhale it. So you don't have kind of the same experience with smoking a cigar as you would have with a cigarette, marijuana, or even hookah. I tried hookah
Mm.
for the first time ever. For the record, never smoked weed in my life, so couldn't tell you much about it because I can't stand the smell of it. Can't stand the smell, so I don't think I'm ever gonna
Right.
try to smoke it. Tried hookah, just too much work. Making bubbles and
Hmm.
all this stuff. That's for the young at heart. I
And you
like
gonna
the
leave it to them.
relaxation. I'm gonna leave it to them. Cigars to me are
Right.
relaxing. It's a
Hmm.
relaxing thing to do. I like the smell of cigars, even if I'm not smoking them. Me and my husband travel a lot, which most people know, and we smoke when we travel. So we're at the resorts and
Mm.
we're smoking our cigars. We're at the beach. Undoubtedly, 100% of the time, somebody walks by and goes, "Oh my God, those cigars smell so good." Even if they can't smoke them or they used to smoke them, it's like, I just love the smell of cigars. So the aroma of cigars is always a great thing to me personally.
Right.
And I find it to
Okay.
be very relaxing. Long day at work, I come home, get on my balcony, glass of wine, great cigar, just ends my day.
Oh, that's amazing. Which led us right into the next question. Any advice that you may have? I know you just gave us a whole lot of what the experience is like, the difference between smoking other forms of cigarettes or weed or hookah, all that. So we've gone over all that. Any specific advice that you would give to a new cigar smoker?
So, yes, first, what you didn't know, I have a book coming out, and it's going to be a
Nice.
guide to female
Uh-huh.
smokers and to all smokers in
Okay.
general, but it's a guide to female cigar smokers. And
Mm-hmm.
one of our models, our tagline for smoking bullet cigars is we don't conform, we transform. So the biggest entrance into cigar smoking in cigars, $1 billion industry, right? So the
Mm-hmm.
fastest people moving into that are African American females. They're the
Oh.
fastest entrant, and not just African American females in general. And then
Mm-hmm.
of black people, it's women and then men. So a lot of
Mm.
black women are starting to smoke. And that's not that odd to understand when you realize a lot of women are looking for mates and a lot of
Right.
men are in cigar lounges. So it's kind of a
Nice.
natural synergy that women are finding
Mm-hmm.
themselves in cigar lounges. And then before you know, you're like, wow, this is kind of cool. I like it. So my advice to people that are entering into the cigar space is smoke what you like, drink with it what you like. One of the biggest misnomers or biggest things that I didn't like about smoking when I first started smoking is it had a lack of diversity. And I felt like I had to do what everyone else was doing. They're
Mm.
listening to Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra, this old stuffy environment with a bunch of old men. And so you're trying to be
Mm-hmm.
quiet. And that's not the way I like to smoke cigars. I'm a hip hop head. I'm a product of
Right.
90s hip hop. So I like to
Mm-hmm.
hear hype music. I like to enjoy the environment. To me, the cigar lounge has taken the place of the nightclub. Many people in my
Right.
age group have aged out of nightclubs, but we've never aged out of having fun. So if you're
Right.
starting to smoke and you're going to try smoking, don't feel like you have to do what everyone else is doing. I don't like dark
Mm.
liquors. I'm not a big, huge fan of scotch and bourbon. I like
Mm-hmm.
martinis. I like wines. And I find that my cigars are great with martinis and wines. So if you're
Mm.
starting, people are going to try to force you to drink darker liquor because they believe it brings out more flavor. No one can
Mm.
tell you what a great flavor is but you, right? You have your own palate.
Right.
So go into the space, own it, take it over, transform it, because that's what we do, especially women. When women
Yes.
enter any arena, it becomes better.
Right. I agree. I agree.
You remember,
So,
you remember Marquetta when all real estate agents were men too.
right.
And in
Right.
my world in lending, everybody was male. Now you've got women that own their own brokerages, that own their own mortgage companies, and you have a much more diverse homeowner base. Same with
Right.
cigars. We're trying to transform that space.
Oh, that's amazing. So, what's one of your local favorite cigar lounges that you
I
frequent?
absolutely love Tap and Ash, Black owned cigar
Mm-hmm.
lounge. Currently, there's a new one, which is Chocolate City. I haven't made it over
Oh.
there yet. They opened over the weekend, and I was in San Francisco. So I haven't got a chance to
Oh.
get there, but I'll definitely be there this week. I like to pay homage to Jeff Owens, who has Sugar Daddies. It was the first
Oh,
black
yes.
owned cigar lounge in Vegas. And they taught a lot of people how to, this is how we cigar with live
Mm-hmm.
music and having R&B and singers there. And I also love Eight Lounge, Cigar Lounge at Resorts World. It's one of the top ranked cigar lounges in the world. So we have
Mm.
some great cigar lounges in the city. And my all-time favorite lounge is my balcony.
Yes, that personal space is
That
nothing like
personal
it.
lounge where I can play my own music. I kick my shoes and feet off on the pedestal, no shoes on, and just sit outside and smoke. So I like smoking anywhere where I can be relaxed.
Oh, awesome. So, of course, we have to know what makes smoking bullet cigars different from some of the other ones that you have tried, with the exception they have an amazing set of owners.
I'll tell you this funny thing is, my husband and I, we blended our cigars over about a 3 year period. Our cigars are
Mm,
hand rolled, they're Nicaraguan. We didn't white label. So, for what people don't know, white label means somebody already makes a cigar and you just stick your name on it and then go sell it. These are
right.
special blended, hand rolled cigars. We have five. So, we
Mm.
have to start with Smoking Bullet, all of our cigars are named after bullets. So it's an
Oh,
ammunition
okay.
line. It's called the Silver Bullet Collection. So we've got a hollow point, which is the strongest cigar. We have a
Mm-hmm.
full metal jacket, which is the medium cigar. And then we have a 9 millimeter, which is the lightest cigar. So we have a cigar for anyone in their range of smoking, whether you like to smoke early in the day, you want a breakfast cigar, you want a stronger cigar, we bring all of that. And because I'm a woman and I started smoking with infused cigars, infused
Mm-hmm.
means flavored. I
Right.
also blended a coffee cocoa cigar and a cognac
Oh,
cigar. And they are
okay.
absolutely amazing. Things that make our cigars great beyond the fact that I just love them, they
Mm-hmm.
burn very well. They burn even. So a lot of times you'll see people, posting pictures of their cigars and smoking, and you'll see large amounts of ash where the ash hasn't
Right.
fallen off a cigar yet. That
Mm-hmm.
is the mark of a well rolled and well made cigar. Our cigars, light them once and smoke it throughout the entire conversation. You don't have to keep pulling out a
Mm.
lighter and keep pulling out matches. So they're very well constructed. They hold their heat well, and they taste great. So we have a pretty incredible cigar. And I've smoked my cigars up against some of the best cigars in the business, and they hold their own.
Oh, nice, nice. So if one was looking to get a cigar from Smoking Bullets, do you guys have a storefront? Is it online or do
So we
they
are
just
online, and we are
okay?
smokingbulletcigars.com. So smokingbulletcigars.com. You can buy them by the 5 pack. You can buy them by the box. Our boxes are super sexy. I should have brought one with me.
Oh,
This is our logo. I think you can see it, Smoking Bullet Cigars. And the
yes.
boxes are black and silver. Very, very
Mm-hmm.
nice box. I mean, even the people that purchase cigars, we've sold hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cigars. We've done
Mm-hmm.
public education golf tournaments. We've done United Way. We sell them by the 10 boxes at a time. And everyone
Okay.
that buys our cigars or tries our cigars calls back and orders more. So it's a testament that they're a pretty darn good stick.
Good, good, good. So for an amateur smoker who's just trying to get into ex- the whole vibe of even smoking, do you ever do like a pop-up shop where it's just your cigars and they could come by and get the experience, try it? Have
So
you
we
done anything
haven't
like
done
that?
one yet, but we
Oh.
definitely want to do one. And I think this might be a good time because, see, you brought it up. Maybe you should host a woman cigar moment and have us come and bring our cigars
Oh,
to your crowd for you. But yes, I plan on
that would
doing
be
when my
nice.
book is out. When the book is
Mm-hmm.
out, I'm going to do a couple different series of just explaining cigars, having people come out and try them, and go over some basics because there are some basics in any space. What to do when you walk
Right.
into a lounge. Enjoy it, but also be respectful of the space. So, giving a couple tips. And for women specifically, I have a lot of tips in the book about how to get the smell out of your hair, how to get it out of your clothes, how to keep these bright white teeth and smiles. These things are important for women. How to keep
Yes,
your fingers from stinking.
absolutely.
So all of
Mm-hmm.
those things are in the book, but I'm also going to do those at our little meet and greets to teach women how to smoke. I have a couple men who've invited me to come out and speak to groups of women, which is interesting, about cigar
Right.
smoking because there's so many of them entering into the space and they just want to know what to do and what to smoke. And I want to introduce them to the lighter cigars because if
Mm-hmm.
you've never smoked and you're not a smoker and you go somewhere and smoke for the first time and they give you a full bodied strong cigar, you'll probably never smoke
Mm.
again. Kind of like the experience you
Right.
had and I had with cigarettes. They taste
Yes.
nasty, they're bitter, all those things. So I like people to ease into cigars. Many people in
Mm-hmm.
Vegas know my brother Twix, not a
Right.
cigar smoker originally. He's more of a hookah guy. And I
Okay.
gave him infused cigars. And now he loves cigars. So it takes
Mm.
sometimes starting even for men with something that's a little more palatable, something that's a little sweeter,
Right.
not so bitter and strong. And then after you smoke for a while, you may or may not progress to a stronger cigar. So yes,
But
I think it's a great idea. We
you'll
should do
never know
some
until
women
you
pop
try.
ups.
I agree.
Exactly,
Look, my
exactly.
mind is going 100 miles per hour. When Greg hears the podcast, he's going to be like, oh, Lord, she started something new.
Right, right.
But that's okay because you know what? I'm actually kicking back off the Wealth Mindset Brunch series in October.
All
So
right.
this is the perfect season because it's getting cool outside. So we'll talk about
Mm-hmm.
something for November, December, and yeah, get some ladies in the room to try out Smoking Bullet cigars.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, yes,
I'd love
I'm
that.
excited. Okay,
And
we
then
can
we'll be
definitely
seeing
do
you
it.
at Dinner and Blanc. You'll be there as well, right? You're hosting one of the
Absolutely.
buses.
Yes,
So we will
my bus
have an
will pick
incredible lounge experience
Aliante.
there. All
So
right.
yes, at Dinner E Blanc, I've look, that was one of our topics of conversation today. I'm
Yeah.
super excited about Dinner E Blanc. So last year was supposed to be my first year at Dinner E Blanc. Due to certain situations that transpired, I did not make it out. So I'm super excited to have a bus this year. I saw you on the program to bring
Yes.
smoking bullets to Dinner E Blanc. So is that something they need to order prior to? Will they be able to get a smoking experience at the venue, or how's that
Yes.
all going to work at Dinner E Blanc?
So we have a quite sexy cigar lounge, pop-up
Nice.
cigar lounge for Dinner in Blanc. So you'll get an
Okay.
opportunity if you've never smoked before. If you're
Okay.
already going to Dinner in Blanc, we're on the e-store, so you can purchase the cigar experience. And with that experience, you come out to the lounge, do some 360 camera shots, sit around in this extremely elaborate section and try your
Okay.
cigars. We have a 2-pack on the e-store for $25 and you get 2 cigars. If you haven't
Mm.
purchased it on the e-store, we will also have cigars that you can purchase there. There's no cash that can change hands at Dinner and Blanc. So, you'll be able
Okay.
to get them via QR code and whatnot. But we will definitely have
Nice.
cigars for people to try. And we'll have the infused cigars. And then we'll also have
Hmm.
the regular 5 cigars that I told you about. So looking forward to people really getting a chance to see what we have, experience it in a very social environment, and see what you
Hmm.
think. And
I'm
this is your
excited. I
first
might have to
experience,
try
so
me right.
you're going to
My
really
very
enjoy
first.
it.
I
It's
am.
a
I'm super
beautiful time.
excited.
Yeah,
So
you
the
and Greg are going to absolutely love it. Gonna love it. Gonna love it.
oh, good, good, good. Because I'm just like, oh, I want my white basket and my food. And so I'm
Yes.
super excited. And then when I saw you on the program, I was like, okay, they got an
I'm looking forward to it.
experience, a whole vibe.
Yes.
And it'll
It
be
should be cool.
music.
Yes, yes. I have great music. I understand they have, I think DJ Twin DJing. So the space is
Okay.
going to be amazing. It's outdoors. So
Hmm.
smoke won't bother people. So it's uniquely set up for us. So we're pretty excited that we were invited to be a part of Dinner and Blanc this year. And hopefully for years to come, we'll see.
Yes, yes. I know it's a whole experience. I hear Dinner E Blanc is just a whole vibe, something unlike you've never experienced before. I've watched the
Just the
videos from
excitement of not
previous
knowing where you're
years.
going, right? The
Mm-hmm.
excitement of just not knowing where you're going until you actually get there. That it takes
Right.
a lot to just that in and of itself. Like, oh my God, I have no idea where I'm even going to go. I'm going to get on a bus, all dressed up, and show up
Right.
somewhere and I don't even know where it is. So a pop-up
Right.
dinner and everything pops up and then everything goes away. It's the
Oh,
coolest
wow.
experience. So I tell anyone that's listening, I think you have until the 11th or so this year to
Yes,
get tickets.
September 11th. Is your
September
bus
11th, the
full?
event is, I don't have a bus because we are hosting a lounge.
Oh,
So since we're
okay.
hosting a lounge, we don't actually have a bus. So I've just
Okay.
sent all of my friends to wherever they live in town to get the bus from that section. I think I got a couple folks that I think signed up for your bus coming out of
I think
Aliante.
so. Okay.
Yep, yep.
We
Because I
say
told them the DeVilles have a
within
bus.
our
I have a
budget.
girlfriend that's got a bus in Summerlin for my people that live up here. So it should be a ton of fun. And for those who don't know, dinner in Blanc is 16.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
And
Oh, I didn't hear.
Event
Go ahead.
you
hit Marquetta up on her Facebook page or Instagram or somehow so you can get the information so you guys can get in because you got to get on that list.
Oop, She,
Can you hear me?
now I can.
I got you. There
Lucky.
you are.
There you go. Awesome.
So I don't know if they missed that, but they only have to September 11th. So they want to definitely make sure they hit you on your Instagram, Facebook, with someone. So
Yes, I think the website to register is deblv.com and you can purchase your ticket for
okay,
Dinner
perfect.
Blanc. And then you definitely want to make sure you do have to purchase in sets of twos. So it has to be you and one
Yes.
other person for each ticket purchase for the event. So you do not want to miss Dinner E Blanc Las Vegas. Again, you can purchase a ticket at DEBLV. Myself, I am at Aliante. I think Ronnie Taylor, she is
Yes.
at what is
Summerlin. I
it?
think she's at
Downtown
Red
Summerlin?
Rock. Is she
Yes.
downtown Summerlin or Red Rock? Yep.
Yes,
So
one
though
of
you
the
guys
two.
are the
But
two
just
hosts
get
that I
on.
know. Yes. And
Yes,
Aaron Arrington
yes.
is also at Aliante if your bus is full. So he's
Oh,
coming out of
okay.
Aliante as well.
Oh, awesome, awesome. So find a bus, just get on. It doesn't matter if you know the bus host or not, just get to
Right.
the event. You don't want to miss it. So what
Absolutely.
else do you have going on, Miss Taylor? We've heard about your book, we've heard about Dinner E Blanc. Any other special events coming up
No,
for
just nothing else. I mean, I'm looking for a great Halloween party. So if anybody knows of one, please
oh
tag me. My favorite holiday
you
happens to be
normally have
Halloween.
one, right?
I know, and this year, because there's so many things going with Dinner and Blanc and launching a cigar company, we decided not to host a Halloween party this year. So anyone who's doing
Oh,
an adult Halloween party, please let me know.
okay.
And then, of
Awesome.
course,
Awesome.
all the stuff we always do in mortgage. So if you're looking to buy a house and need to get qualified, please give us a call. And if you're working with the DeVilles, they know how to reach me, so they will send you our direction.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So there's one question that I ask all guests that come on to I Am That Girl podcast. It has been an amazing conversation today. What would you tell the younger Alicia Taylor?
Oh my goodness. I would tell the younger Alicia Taylor that don't worry about the mistakes that you make because mistakes are just part of the process and that you will regret the things you didn't do significantly more than you'll regret the things you didn't do well. So take
Mm,
chances, do that thing that you should have done or wanted to do so that you don't end up later wishing you would have done it. I've had an incredible career. I've had an incredible life, married my sweetheart from high school, and I don't
oh,
have very many regrets, but there were a couple things that I wish I would have done when I had the opportunity to do them. And at the time, I didn't want to take the risk. And now you look
mhm.
back and go, oh, I wish I would have done that. So take those risks, do those things. That's what I would tell the young Alicia Taylor.
Oh, and the younger Alicia Taylor looks just like you.
So I have my
Ever,
own mini Alicia Taylor too, my little baby Alicia Taylor. So I'm telling her those
right.
things all the time.
That's who I'm talking about. I was just gonna say her
Yes,
name is Taylor Evans, but
yes, my little Todd bot. It's so funny. Since she was born, I've told her this moniker. I can be and I can do anything I set my mind to. So she's been saying that since she could talk. So all I have to do is
Mhm.
look at her and go, I can be, and she go, and I can do anything I set my mind to. And I really
Oh,
believe that. I believe that, we have our own natural superpowers. And when you tap
yes.
into them, you really can achieve and accomplish anything. And I'm just trying to instill that in her. Use some basic common sense, but don't be afraid to do it, whatever it is. And even if you're not good at it, just do it.
All
Just
right,
do it.
just try it.
I tell
At
people
least you won't regret it.
I'm a trisexual. I try things. They try some
Oh,
things, do some things in life. Get
right.
out there and try some things so that you can be successful and find out what you do and don't like. And we so
Mm-hmm.
often conform and I'm going to go to school, I'm going to be a doctor, a lawyer, a teacher, a dentist, whatever it is. And that may not even be what you really wanted to do. Maybe you really wanted to
Right.
sing. Maybe you wanted to play the piano. Maybe you wanted to be an artist. Don't be afraid to do those things because people tell you it's not popular. Do what you want to do.
I agree. I love that advice. I love your energy and your drive.
Well, thank you. Thank
Oh,
you.
we could talk all day about Alicia Taylor because we didn't even mention the fact that you are one of the top mortgage brokers in the state of
Well,
Nevada.
thank
Well,
you.
in the
Thank you.
US, because you're everywhere, really. You've
Yes.
been on Oprah. You've had an amazing life story. I look back, I'm like, if Alicia could do this, this, and that, I could do this little thing.
Right, right. Well, thank you. I appreciate
Oh,
that. Now, it's funny. I'm going to turn the table on you because you said you asked everyone that question. I haven't seen your answer to that question. What would you tell the
ooh.
younger you?
So I would tell the younger me, something similar is I've spent so much of my life being afraid of the what if. And so to tell myself the younger me, what if, stop living in the what if and live in the if not. If you don't try it,
Right.
you won't be able to say that it was a good experience or it was a bad experience. You have to just get out there and try it. And if it doesn't work, oh well, you have not failed until you've given up. So just keep trying. It may not work the first time, may not work the second time, but get out the way of your own self because you are defeating yourself
Yes.
because you're in your own way. So I have to encourage myself daily, not just the younger me, the today me. I have to encourage myself daily. I was so used to being behind the scenes to step up to the forefront of things has been a total different experience for me, but it's been so rewarding. And just to think you lived your life majority fearing what if,
Yep.
and you can't do that. You just got to do it, girl.
You
So
just got to do
that
it. So I think that's
my
great advice.
advice.
And I love that you did it because you got this
Yeah,
podcast. You're bringing all of these women's stories and men's, I'm sure, stories to
yeah,
the world. And had you not stepped in the front, that wouldn't have happened. So I think you're doing a good
absolutely.
job from taking your own advice.
Oh, thank you so much. I thank you for joining us today on I Am That Girl podcast. It has been an amazing show. I've learned so much about cigars. I'm like, okay, at Dinner Blanc, I'm gonna have to at least try this 2 pack. So,
At least just try it. I'm going to start you off with coffee, coke, or cognac, something sweet. Give it a couple
okay.
puffs. Give it a couple puffs.
I'll try it, but if I'm sick, I'll be like, Alicia, what I do wrong, girl? What
I
I
know.
do?
And eat. Make sure you eat first. Make sure you eat first, then puff. So you won't be
Okay,
smoking on an empty stomach. That's another
got
tip.
it. Got it. Got it. See, I have to come under your umbrella and learn some things. Like you've taught us so much in the mortgage world. I know one thing. If I don't know how to do it, I'm saying, let me call Alicia.
Yes.
If
Thank you.
it
Thank
can't
you.
be
Thank you.
done in the mortgage world, Oh yes, it can be done. Let's just call Alicia.
Hmm. Well, thank you.
Right. Yes. Thank you so much. And thank you for being such a positive influence to so many young women in this world and so many young Black women to know that you can do it. We just have to look and say, Alicia can do it. I can do it. So thank you so much for who you are. I know you're typically behind the scenes. I see you getting out a little bit more. You just do
Yep,
what you
yep.
do and get the and I'm back here making moves. So, but we do appreciate you. We appreciate who you are in the mortgage industry. We appreciate who you've been and the silent role model you've been to so many, because you know you're definitely a role model to a
Well,
couple of
thank
our
you.
girls.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so
Well, thanks
much.
for
And
having me. And again, SmokingBulletCigars.com. If you want to learn more, put your eyes on the website. All our information is there.
yes, and we're looking forward to your book coming out. So
Me
make sure
too.
you keep us in the loop on your new book. But I'll
I
definitely be
will.
with you so we can do an event for those ladies interested in getting into the cigar world.
Yes.
Thank
Well,
you.
thank
Thank
you.
you.
Have a great day, everybody.
Thank,
Bye bye.
thank you, Las Vegas, for tuning in to I Am That Girl podcast. My name is Marquetta DeVille. I am your host. Our show today is hosted by none other than DeVille Realty Group, Nevada's largest Black-owned real estate company. We look forward to bridging the wealth gap and helping you create generational wealth. Until next time, have a great Saturday morning.